Hello and welcome back to Railway Empire. In comes our logging train. It's all go, isn't it? Both of our trains are heading in. The one with the refrigerator on, of course, or the refrigeration unit, is the meat from the newly connected cattle farm up in the hills. And as we saw towards the end of the last episode, it made its way up there quite well. In fact, it didn't slow down at all, which we expected, as it doesn't have any cargo. Right, any freight, even. Cargo, freight, I think they both work. How are we doing? We've got to save up 1.3 million to buy out, let's take a look at our tasks. To buy out New South Wales. Oh, it's given us our current profit. It's 486,000 at the moment. So we might even achieve that as well. I'm on a bit of a gold tick mission, aren't I? This series. Which I don't mind. That's good, isn't it? I mean, while normally we get a green tick before now. And I kind of just go, oh, okay, right, we'll leave it like that.
You do realise who's making the most money on this gold rush, don't you? Well, then take a look at your balance sheets.
Well, there you go, guys. We did it. As I was saying, with the gold tick. Normally, we've had a green tick by now, and I kind of give up the ghost. Not this time. Who are you? Breakdown bad condition. Oh, yes, the quarry. We did put one in, but he was on the way back, so yeah, that's likely to happen. We could try with the faster trains. We could replace them, but we're saving up this money. We do have stars to spend as well. What should we buy? Oh, we've got another freight train. Tractive power, 113%. What is this one? Ooh, that's nice. Across the board, accelerated train maintenance. I think that's going to help us a little bit more, isn't it? What is this? A mixed goods train? No, we're going to wait for a 2-star, I think, at the very least. We've almost got enough money. In fact, we might be able to flip these yet again before we buy it. It could be a bit of a gamble. We don't want to buy that. Near Adelaide. We're nowhere near Adelaide for the longest time. Yes, don't click on the research. You've decided not to buy it yet. Should we buy this now? Do you know what? I'm going to say yes. We're going to buy it because then we can get underway and make more money. Hooking up grain for a start, which will help Newcastle at the very least. 1.3 million. Say goodbye to all our money, but say hello to hopefully a gold tick.
Right here makes even the California gold rush look like a joke. And right here, in the bottom of the world.
Well, what are we? Not even 5 minutes into the beginning of the episode. 2 more gold ticks. And now we've got the trickier one, which is establish the town of Orange, which we can see now. If we go to our settlements, which we'll pause it. We have Dubbo there. Orange, which is the one we need. I mean, we could possibly get that now. We have grain here. Login is a short wiggle down the hillside. What's the rest of it we need? Newcastle can deliver the booze. And we have fish there. Now, fish becomes an issue. There's our red line. We don't have this territory yet. Yeah, there is no fish anywhere inland, obviously. Well, not obviously. You could, I guess, fish in the streams. But yes, we're going to be struggling to expand quickly enough for all of these new settlements up here if we don't have some sort of import from the sea. Now, we can obviously have other things in there as well. So we're going to look to have our first warehouse where we're pulling fish in and keeping it stored a little further inland. I mean, we can either have it here or push it up further. But yeah, should we go for it? I'll tell you what, yes, we will. We'll go for this. We'll get it built. I would like to make this a complete connection along here. Albury, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to have to look in the old comments, aren't I? Could you help me out? This one's brilliant. Wagga Wagga. Please tell me that's how that's pronounced. That'll be awesome. Junie? June. I don't know. Dubbo. No, not... is that Harry Potter? Think so. But anyway, yes, we've got Orange on the books. how far are we from a new settlement? Well, if we do connect Orange up, let's let it play. We don't have a lot of money. We can, at the very least, unlock another settlement. Or what do they call them? A permit. Yes, we can unlock another permit. I would love to get Echuca connected as well. It's a good midway point, isn't it? To go this way and help Albury grow. Well, Albury doesn't have an industry at all. Not in the slightest. I mean, what could they make? Oh, but there we go. Cows up there. Who unlocked the cows? Wagga Wagga. I really do hope that's how that's pronounced. It's brilliant. I love it. Anybody watching from Wagga Wagga? And you're probably like, no, because that's not how that's said. Okay. So what should we do? I think connecting this. We've only got, how many trains do we have running this? 2. That's not going to be enough wood, is it? We don't want these to grow too rapidly. Although I will say our money is going up sharpish again. Are we already at the point where we're starting to make a decent... What was that? Connection bonus? Oh, this is perfect. Over 500,000. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. Are we already at the point we were towards the end of the Northern Europe series where we're just making ridiculous amounts of money? I don't think so. Not yet. Close. But this is beautiful. Having this connected already. Should we do it then? Let's get a station in there. We've got our new member of staff, or our new combination of staff, which is going to help with the cost of stations, which is absolutely wonderful. Where do we want to be? I guess off the contours there and stay as flat as possible. We do want to fit both in though, so maybe somewhere like that will do us. Right, so connection bonus indeed. I completely forgot that settlements can offer you a connection bonus, so it might be worth unlocking some. Should we unlock Echuca? Where are you? I'm going to say yes. Let's unlock it. We need to get this built, and we could probably do them simultaneously because it unlocks sugar, which these guys need up here. Again, we're then risking city expansion without the funds to build any industries, although they are a little cheaper. Now, we need a quick connection just to get the funds, and then we can build a proper one. And I mean, it's very tempting to have that as the actual connection. It's a bit rough though, isn't it? Maybe if we went the other way down, is that smoother and cheaper? Oh, it's a lot cheaper. Goodness me. Wait, that's almost perfect. In fact, could we just tidy that up a little bit? 3% all the way down. The only thing do we want this bridge? I'm tempted to keep the bridge in at that price, especially how much we get for a connection. Let's make sure these are the right side then. You want to be on that side. Another little bridge there. That's okay. I don't think we're quad tracking this, so it doesn't matter. Yes, that was worth it. And we're just going to have this as the wood connection. I mean, it's almost a connection for passengers as well. We could make some sort of bypass and head down to Sydney. I mean, it's entirely possible to connect in, isn't it? We could even have, oh, I don't know how we would get round there. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Although that's more of a viaduct than a bridge, I'm going to say. Back to viaducts. Lovely. Should we get a supply tower on here? Because we're going to have to deliver these wood in eventually anyway. So now the next one, this grain farm. Let's get in we do want a signal controlled station here. I'm going to say we'll have the signal controlled station as well as a maintenance yard. Should we have the I mean, I don't think it matters where you have the building, the station building, but if we have it that side, and then we can have a maintenance yard next to it at about the same distance, which should help our trains making this long journey from Newcastle all the way up into Orange there. There we go. That makes me feel like our first double station is going to be in Newcastle and not Sydney. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. If we can squeeze it in, which we can. We don't really want to be crossing the tracks unnecessarily. And then we'll head up this way. And where do we want to connect into this? In fact, yeah, this can go into there. And what that does is that leaves us open to bypass. We might change this into a maintenance yard as well. Is bypass Newcastle from Port Macquarie there and head up into the maintenance yard. You could also go from the gold. You're losing the plot a little bit. Concentrate on what we're supposed to be doing. At least they put it the right side. Now the cost of laying these tracks is extremely manageable, isn't it? I like it. We'll have some more connections in here so we can get our grain over. Again, this looks like a maintenance yard possibly, to merge the two lines. We could have our own crossovers, of course. Port Macquarie doesn't require its grain from there. We could technically pull it from there. I mean, it's like swings and roundabouts there, isn't it? 50-50. So yeah, we can keep it like that. Now we can have this one drift in here. That works for me. Oh, we ran out of money. Yeah, we can't do that. 2 stars. What do we want? That's the question. I mean, it's tempting to get rid of that and stop them offering it. I keep saying I'm going to get the dining car and I never do. But what does it really unlock for us? Nothing. Does it offer us? Oh dear. Oh, the odds on that were probably quite low. No, they were probably quite high, let's face it. I mean, it's been desperately offering us that train since we haven't unlocked. Let's do it, guys. Rather than spend the money, let's spend the points and maybe we'll get something better as an auction. Right, yes, that's a good plan. What do we got here? Because I would like it to offer some of these 300 point ones, such as this one, the railroad police. Engineer, get on there. We're going to need some staff. So we finally have it, guys. We finally unlocked the G&M American that we're never going to use. But it's unlocked at the very least. Right, anyway, should we start hooking this up? We can always go the other way for Sydney. Off the we've got 2 more at the side here, so we could head off that way into Sydney. Don't need to do it just yet, but I would like to do it. Where are we going to have this warehouse? Now, we have to bear in mind we do have Dubbo here, which could benefit from using the warehouse. It could also be a midway point, couldn't it? We could have the warehouse attached to Dubbo. Possible. I sort of like that idea. You can have a warehouse and train stations, so maybe that's the best place for it. Warehouse. So if we have it... Oh, that's the problem though, isn't it? We can't see. We do need a big warehouse as well, do we? No, a small warehouse would do. We can't see where it is, but I'm guessing it's there. Maybe a little ways away. Oh, I would like it to connect. Oh, awkward. I'm going to have it here because it's going to be tricky to get to. We could take wood down to it as well. Yes, and then we'll figure out how to get up there. Well, the best bet would be, do we have planning? What do we have going on? Oh yes, we have this connection here that we couldn't afford. Let's not forget about that. I did get a little distracted there. That never happens, does it? Me distracted? Never. Right, let's tidy the signals up. There we go. Beautiful. So we're fully connected into the network. The outside line here then is going to make its way into there. This is probably a false grade. Let's see. Yeah, look, see, 0%. Can we wiggle it around enough and see it change? No, is the answer to that. It would have been nice. Yeah, we can't change that. We can make it worse, but that's about it. So we might as well just draw a straight line. And hopefully, well, if we put a point there, I know it says 6% here, but then all of a sudden that makes the rest of it like 1%. I don't know how the game calculates that. So I would like something that says 1% for the majority. Well, there we go. Right, we're hooking up. We're hooking up everything. It's going to take a little while. We do have a lot of time though, I think. It wasn't until 1868, right? Yeah, 1868. We're still in 1854. So what's that, 14 years? Well, actually, we're almost in 18. So yeah, no, 14 years would do. Because you have until the end of 1868, so pretty much the start of 1869, to get all of that done. All of these members of staff are going to find trains very shortly. What do you reckon the odds are we're going to get president, guys? Are we all on board with that? It would be lovely. That would be 2 president series in a row. I can't remember what we did. What was the previous one? Before the Northern Europe one. I feel like we were in France. That was the one before that. I can't remember whether we got president though. I know we didn't in Germany. I messed that up a little bit. But I'm still learning the game, believe it or not. And in fact, we have an unfinished campaign playthrough, the actual original campaign. I would love to finish that off, especially knowing some of the tricks I've learned since starting that. Because I was fresh to the game. I didn't know any of the little cheeky things you could do. In fact, while we sit here, I've noticed something. Sydney needs a place, doesn't it? I almost missed it. We might be a bit late on it. How much is it going to cost us? Because logging would be ideal, wouldn't it? We could get planks in here. Oh, that would be beautiful. We still have the gold warehouse though, so we can deliver that. I would love to afford this. Before you go building, what would they build? Any guesses? It'll be a weaving factory, wouldn't it? Absolutely. We don't want that. Come on. Come on, money. How much is this going to cost us? Let's get a price. 183, well, say 184k. It is going up rapid though. Look at that. Hopefully we can get 184k before they decide to ruin our plans. There we go. There we go. Lovely. Let's get some wood in there. We're going to have a sawmill at the back of the city. Inland, we can spend another point, which is going to be the Inyo, which is mixed. We don't really mess around with mixed at the moment. And I'm not sure whether we will in this playthrough. I kind of relied on them, didn't I, before? That was our big thing. It was all mixed consists. But I kind of like this whole passenger mail thing and express lines we've got going on. It seems to be doing well for us. Whether that's just the nature of this scenario, or whether I should have been doing that all the time. Right, get that in there. Perfect. Now we can run this past the warehouse. So should we have gone in there? I don't think that matters. What I would possibly like then is another maintenance yard, but I don't think we can afford one. No, 183k. Somewhere here to split from the grain farm across into the warehouse without too many unmanaged junctions. Well, oh dear, that's another sawmill, isn't it? That's all you've got really around here. I mean, you've got more wood there as well. I know there's a lot of sawmills, but it is needed to keep them balanced. We can afford it. Bit of a setback. Not too, but oh, I like this one down here by the coast. That's lovely, isn't it? Wouldn't mind working there. Sea breeze. Jackson Sawmill. Is that what that's? Is that what it's called? Oh, they don't have actual names. Bendigo. What is this? Oh, the vineyard. No, we don't want that. We don't want that. Do we want this? I feel like we should get some of this back here. Unlock it. I'll tell you why. It's going to unlock some things around it as well, such as this one. Increase the number of packets. And we are sort of leaning towards expresses, aren't we? So we could make quite a bit on that. And the more cities we hook up, the more expresses we have to take advantage of the increased profit there. So we've got our sawmills hooked up. We're going to obviously need more and more trains on here. Should we double these up for both now? Let's put another one there and another one there. Since we can afford it, we're probably going to need to do something similar with our meat deliveries. Are they getting enough? No, they're getting enough cattle. Okay. Are you getting enough cattle? Yes, you are. Perfect. They're not getting enough grain and they're not getting enough seafood, which is understandable. We've not really addressed that yet. We will do. I should buy this if we can afford it. Wow, that's pricey. Because it's level 2, you see. But 268k for a level 2 grain farm? I wouldn't mind that. We are relying heavily on some of our income. We could take a look, actually. We don't look at this very often. Let's break down our company value. And our company income would be ideal. We have businesses. We've spent, or our businesses are worth 12.1 million. Is that how much they're generating? I think that's just the value, isn't it? Where's our actual income? Where are those figures? Do we have them? Don't know where you get to that. We've never looked. Oh, here we go. Here's a breakdown. Yearly report. We never do this, do we? Take a look at how things are going. Income and expenditure. Over 20 years. Look at this. That's a lovely, just gradual rise, isn't it? Beautiful. This is our expenditure, the red one. Transported revenue. Transport revenue. That is just on the up and up. Profit from industries. Here we go. That's a biggie. Look at all of this data. There's a lot to digest there, isn't there? One of the ones I wanted to look at. Ooh, what was that? Chuka? Kansas bleeds. Conflicts over slavery escalate. Are we getting the news from the US? I mean, I guess. Yeah, we should... this will help. This will help the next bit of expansion. We're just going to quickly put a small train station in here because this is the easiest connections for 300k ever. Can we just slide in, please? Come on. Well, I say it's easy. Apparently, you can't do it. Get in there. Right. Perfect. Delete that back. Now we've got a bit of capital to play with. What was that? There was another thing that happened. Oh, we've missed it now. It's all right. We've got most of this set up. We could have been sending trains down here, but I'd like this network idea finalized before the end of the episode. Rather than drifting around doing different things. How do we get this to sit perfectly at the same level as that track? Does that do it if you come in like this? Doesn't seem to, does it? It wants to. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. We want it a little further up. Oh, you're not going to do it, are you? Well, we'll just stick it in. We'll just stick it in. It'll kind of look cool on the cab ride. Then we can hook this one into there. And we have a sort of crossover then, don't we? A gradual crossover. That should give us access to pretty much everything. I'm going to ignore the percentages on this. I don't know what it's trying to do. Because we do need a direct connection here. And then we need a bypass connection to head up to direct to Orange is the whole plan here. This would also be a bypass to head into Gubbo or whatever it is down there. We could scoot through here, technically. I don't know how much that would cost. Let's experiment. If we go around there and have a little tunnel. I don't mind a little tunnel. That's fine. In fact, it's very flat, isn't it? Ooh, do you know, that might not be bad because you've got kind of a detour otherwise. Do we like that? I mean, there was one that was quite decent price as well. We can cut down the bridge a little bit. 179k. Might as well make it a little tidier. There we go. 168k, guys. I'm going to take that. And that's for the full journey. Right, we're hooked up to the coast as well. Now what we can do is have the warehouse hook in to here. Oh, come on. Don't let me down. Get in there. We can tidy it up when we're done. And then that can go there. That could possibly branch off as well, you see, into our new city when we get that done. Right, we need some more spending cash. As opposed to the saving type, I guess. Right, we'll just get that in there. I don't think the grades are as bad as it makes out. Well, it's a little bit curvy down there. Could we tidy it up, maybe? I mean, you can just do it like this. I don't think we can. We can give it a go. Let's just see what the numbers say if we come into here and do that. There we go, 3% instead of 6%. Yeah, I'm not sure on those numbers. They never seem to make sense to me. As long as our trains make it over there without too many issues, that's what we want. Right, we've got a lot of signal. Oh, did you do it the right way? No, you didn't. Well, we can just delete that whole bit of track. It's just the easiest bit of track to redraw. It's a little easier than deleting the signals, isn't it? Yeah. Right, let's get this signaled the correct way. I mean, it could have been that way round. It doesn't really matter, does it? You can have your signals how you like. Right, let's put some supply towers in, and then we'll get a few trains underway. We're going to need one there. Oh, you can't afford it. We might have to leave it till the beginning of the next episode to get our trains underway, because we are struggling financially. Well, we're not struggling financially. We just got to wait a little while. That looks like a place for another one. Oh, that would have been perfect. That would have been lovely, but the terrain is... Oh, there we go. The terrain was stopping us from digging in the side there. I guess it was the maintenance yard. Is it on a bit of a slope, or have we made some... Oh, it's on like... Oh, I like that. If that was a brick wall or some sort of stone wall along the side here, that would be absolutely beautiful. Anyway, you're not doing detailing. Man, get your stuff done. Do we want to buy this? I mean, once we've set all this up, it might be worth it. We're going to make quite a bit of cash heading into Orange. Do we want another supply tower on this corner? Probably for now. We could maybe do it over here as well. Give them a few options. There we go. And then that accounts for warehouse direct to Orange. Warehouse direct. Sounds like some sort of mail order place. And there we go. How much beer does Newcastle have? Port Macquarie. Oh, yes. Yes, look what we grabbed. We managed to grab this. We're about to set that up as well. So that was perfect timing. Increase the number of passengers, nope, packages in each city where your company has a station by 5%, which is kind of nice. And in fact is very nice. Let's take that because we're about to set up some more passenger lines. And we've got a few set up, I believe, up here as well. We don't have many, do we? In fact, we have none. So when we come back, we'll be doing that. Don't let me forget. In fact, we can have a bit of a passenger train spree, can't we? Express spree. Right, we should get these trains underway then, shouldn't we? How much fish do you have? Loads. Right, let's get that going. We'll get these moving at the very least. You can't get there. Oh, no, you can't, can you? Not from where we wanted you to go. Well, we have an issue straight away. Can we, ooh. Yes, there's no way. This would have to be a maintenance yard. Oh, wait. No. I have it. I see it. We left ourselves a nice little junction area, which I never did finish. But now it makes sense. I probably didn't finish it on purpose, though, because it wasn't really a priority, was it? No. Right, get rid of that. Get rid of that and that. Can we set these up a little closer to the junction? Perfect. Did I delete the wrong one? Yes, you did. Tidy. Right, now we should be able to get up there. We'll need this connection beyond this as well. We'll need it to drop off fish at the warehouse once we set all of that up. For now, for our first one, we can just go direct. That will be absolutely fine. Let's get those in. We can just go with a Baldwin, I guess. Get you on. We don't want to worry about security guards. We're just doing the same with these as we've always been doing and deleting them once they're done. Let's get Newcastle delivering a beer. And we'll duplicate you as well. Let's get our logs in. Actually, we'll leave the logs when we come back. We want the big journeys to get going. Alright guys, that's been episode 7. We're on board our beer train. Beer train, not beard. Beer train heading to Orange from Newcastle. When we come back, we're going to be setting up a new industry in Orange as we're going to deliver the rest of the goodies to change them from a settlement to an actual city. And then we'll find out what our new tasks are. I don't know where we're heading. I can't remember. It's a mystery. I honestly can't remember. Oh dear, it's been a while since I played the test through, so we'll be surprised together. What else have we got to do? We've got this inland warehouse. Don't let me forget about that. That has to be set up. Otherwise, it's going to slow us down immensely for the towns around there. We're going to have similar situations elsewhere on the map as well. Mainly for seafood. That's the key. Looks like we're going to go through the farm rather than the maintenance yard, but that's fine. This is probably the quickest route. Possibly not the best route. But anyway, yes, thoroughly enjoyed that one. More gold ticks. It's going well, isn't it? It's going well. Let's see if we can't keep this up. And until next time, take care.